In May of 2018, I, 24 female, at the time started dating my high school sweetheart, 27 male. We will call him Calvin. I moved in with him shortly as he got honorable discharged from the Marines for medical reason. I moved out of my grandmother's house from Upper Marlboro, MD with him to Chase City, Virginia to this plot of land that was about 4 to 5 hours away from family and friends. Anyway, with him being the only child, because he was adopted, his mother gave him his grandparents' property. They are no longer living and have passed on, so it was just me, him and my 4-year-old son and 87.5 acres of land. The property has 2 ponds on it with a very long driveway with a lot of trees, wildlife and space to start a new life and have a family on, or so I thought. The house was a single story with 3 bedrooms, with one of the bedrooms, master bedroom, having a full bathroom and a guest bathroom, full, and a section of the house which we called the trophy room. Just FYI, his grandfather used to be a big game hunter. This room had animals mounted all over the place with boxes of bullets everywhere. This room had a door that could be locked for child safety reason. There was a 2-way garage that was connected to the washer and dryer room that led to a separate section of the house we call the apartment. It had its own small kitchen, full bathroom with only one way out, a sliding patio door that led back to this 2-way garage. Behind the house was one huge barn where he kept everything needed to keep the property clean, like cutting the grass and maintaining the driveway. Also keep in mind we were living in the middle of nowhere in a small town where everyone knows everyone. Anyways, 2 years in our relationship goes by, we have our ups and downs. I have caught him cheating before, but this one tops the cake. So around this time I had just left my job working with Tractor Supply because his hours and mine's conflicted, and I decided to be a at-home mom and take care of the animals and keep the house clean, you know, normal mom, girlfriend stuff. We had 19 chickens, 8 ducks and 5 cats and a ball python. Most of the cats were outdoor cats. And most of the time I cooked dinner which he never ate, and cleaned the whole house which I was never thanked for, and kept the jungle under control until he got home. Around this time, he recently decided to be a firefighter. This was around March of 2020, and had to attend a meeting. It was about 4:30ish p.m. and he came back home around 7ish p.m. We lived really close to town, about 5 to 10 minutes away, which is where the firehouse is. Me still having trust issues with him, he decided to give me his captain's number to contact if I could reach him, and his meeting was supposed to be only an hour long. When he returned it was dark outside, and he came in with the biggest smile on his face. Started up a conversation with me that had me all happy and gritty and chatty as we were talking. He asked me to help him with a project. Of course I decided to help. While playing Animal Crossing on my Switch and doing his small project that he asked me to help with, I noticed he left out the side door to the 2-way garage to do something. 5 minutes goes by, he came back into the house leaving the light on in the garage and in the laundry room. I thought it was weird because he tends to keep the lights off so the electric bill won't be so high. I then remembered I have to get the chickens and ducks more food. I asked to use the car to go to Tractor Supply. He agreed. I got dressed and left out. Upon getting in the car, it was a 2016 Subaru Outback, by the way. I noticed a box in the back seat. I'm always leaving stuff in the car, so I thought it was mine's cause it had a few things in it that looked like it wasn't his. My phone was turned off at the time. Went to the store. It was a 30 minutes drive there and a 30 minutes drive back from the South Hill area where the Tractor Supply was. As I was pulling up to the house, driving down this long-ass driveway and parking the car, I noticed the front door was wide open, the porch light was on, all the lights in the living room was on, including the kitchen light, and both sides of the 2-way garage was open with those lights as well. I came into the house and asked Calvin to get the food out for me cause those bags was heavy as hell. I asked why all the light was on. He said someone was here waiting for their friend to pick them up. I assumed it was the roommate's friend who was renting out the apartment. We will call him Dylan. Dylan and his girlfriend went out with her 3 kids, so I was confused on who this friend was, not paid a close attention to who this mystery person was. I went outside to feed the animals, did a few chores around the house, and decided to take a shower and freshen up to finish gaming and relaxing for the night. After I got dressed and dried my hair, I opened our bedroom door and walked in the hallway, closed the door behind, and see a small skinny 5 feet 6 feet tall girl come out our guest bathroom. The hallway light wasn't on, so I didn't get a good look at her. As I walk up to her, passing her, she says, "I like your nose ring." I reply thanks. As I take a seat on the couch, I notice Calvin and this girl make eye contact. As she leave for the garage, I ask Calvin, was that who you was talking about? He says, yeah, that's Mary. She is waiting on Dylan's best friend to pick her up, maybe for drugs or something, I don't know. I shrugged it off. It's crazy how us women know when our boyfriends are doing stupid shit. It was like a bad sinking feeling in my stomach. The very next day me and Calvin spent the day together because he was off, so we decided to watch a movie and cuddle on the couch. He fell asleep and I noticed he hid his phone between the couch cushion between me and him, so I played it off and got up to use the bathroom and left him on the couch. I waiting about 20 minutes or so before I put my plan into motion. I crawled on the floor like I was a secret agent and slowly took his phone. I am very smart when it comes to phones and computers, and found out he had Verizon. And if you must know, if you download the Verizon Messenger app on your phone, which is free, you can see all deleted and new messages on anyone's phone, but they need to have Verizon in order to use it. Anyways, I downloaded the app and put his number in, which sent a verification number that I had to put in to even see his messages, then deleted the verification text messages off his phone and gave him back his phone and went through every message from my phone. This is where the story gets really hot. When I went to get food for the animals, remember when I said he was out longer than he was supposed to be for his firefighter meeting? The reason it took longer than it was supposed to was because he went to pick Mary up from her place to bring her back to our place, and he played it off like she got dropped off by someone. 'Cause I had the car to go to the store. He had her get out the car. As soon as he got home, told her to go around the house to wait for him at the back door. There is a separate door you can go through in the two-way garage. The stuff that was in the back seat in that box was her stuff while I was gone. He let her in while I was gone and had sex with her in our roommate's space on his bed, and continued to text her while I was in the same room as him. I confronted him, showing him the proof. Waking up from his nap, he was confused, and I explained what I found, how I knew, and like most cheaters do, he lied to my face. I almost lost my cool and pulled a knife out of him, but at that point I lost faith in him. I packed all my stuff that same night, and as he was about to drive me home, not even 5 minutes away from the house, we pulled over and talked, deciding to take a break. So, I packed a few things and he dropped me off to spend a week with my mom. We swapped phones. That was his way of proving he wouldn't talk to her no more, but you already know where this about to go. Him being dumb as hell, he forgot I had his phone, so even if his password for his Snapchat or any of his social media changed, I could change them to see what he was doing. As I looked at his snap, he had unblocked her, and that bitch was staying the night at our place cuddling with my cats in my bed. She sent pictures to him, so I decided to pretend to be him and asked if she was still there, and she said she was. I called Dylan's girlfriend by phone. We will call her Rachel. We are still close friends to this day. I asked her to go over to the house to see if anyone was there. She said she didn't see anyone, but she texted me and told me she was in the house lying in our bed. I messaged her threatening to call the police. She left the house, and yes, I was sad, I cried, and I was angry. He was the worst of the worst, and I wouldn't wish to be cheated on, not on my worst enemy. To this day he is single, none of his friends talk to him anymore, and he always tries to text me pretending to be my friend cause he could never have anyone better. And me, as of right now, in an amazing relationship with someone who respects me and my son. I have a job, my own place and a car, and also planning on getting married next year in October of 2024.
My opinion. I'm sorry to hear that. This man should stay in the past. I'm glad you found this out that early, before marriage and kids. With all of them, it would be much harder to leave this man. You might be upset now, but hey, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel.